Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission has announced that President Muhammadu Buhari has ordered operators in the power sector to carry out mass metering of unmetered customers nationwide. The NEC also declared that it had not approved any increase in electricity tariffs as reported in some quarters on Wednesday. The information by NEC was signed by its chairman John Momoh, as the commission further clarified that tariff reviews going forward would only follow service-based principles. Joining us now is power sector expert Afolabi Akinro-Gunde. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Do you think this directive is implementable considering the reality in the power sector?
I think it's clear that this is already being implemented today. If you cast your mind back to a few months ago, I think one of the discos, the Ikeja discos, actually signed a power purchase agreement with the GRA, Ikeja GRA Residents Association. Also signed a similar agreement with the residents of the Magodo estate, both in Lagos. And these estates have been enjoying significantly better power supply, albeit at a higher tariff. So what we are talking about is actually already in play today. So, and what you are seeing is the various discos are engaging different segments of the market and targeting better supply to those segments.
Mr. Akinro-Gunde, the directive from NEC expects that tariff review will be based on services-based principles. Help us explain this some more. Does it mean discos can't increase tariff except with permission of consumers or subscribers?
Well, what this simply means is that you will get the service that you pay for. So more or less, if you are ready to pay the attendant higher cost, your estate will get, or your residential area will get, improved power supply. Of course, the discos will ensure that they've metered these areas first, that they've given them all the infrastructure, they've provided the transformers and whatever is necessary to ensure that the metering is being able to be done. However, the risk which you see here is that the better off parts of the country would get improved power supply. The parts of the country that can pay for it, the parts of the grid which are better able to absorb these costs, will be able to get better power supply, while the other parts of the country which may be a lot more price sensitive and which are on the grid will continue to be as they are until they are able or willing to actually sign these kinds of agreements.
How soon do you think this estimated billing can be done away with?
Estimated billing is purely a function of lack of metering. And once you find a way to solve the metering conundrum in the sector, then you would, of course, have estimated billings out of the way. Again, as I said, the parts of the discos grid which are enjoying this premium power, as it is called in some parts, are basically areas which have been well metered. Estimated metering doesn't happen when you have a meter with you. So I think the core thing at the end of the day is to find a way to solve the metering challenge in the sector. And these are the parts of the grid which we will call under-grid parts of the under-grid segment. The areas where people do not have the resources to pay as much, where the discos themselves may be saying that I'm not making so much money from this area, so why should I spend my money putting meters there?
All right, let's talk about the supply itself. Do you think all of this will in any way improve electricity supply?
Well, it depends on how this eventually plays out. And if you look at it from a short, medium, and long term. In the short term, what will probably happen is that the parts of the country which are able to absorb this cost will, of course, get better power supply, which you're already seeing in Onigongo, in Makoto, in the Ikeja GRA parts of Lagos, and I'm sure this will, of course, be rolled out into other parts of the country. And what will hopefully happen, maybe, is going to be, and in the medium and long term, where you would see other areas would then hopefully say, okay, I might as well pay higher if I add the cost of using I better pass my neighbor generator or my own diesel generator is actually higher than the cost of actually enjoying a lower tariff but still getting only 2 or 3 hours a day. So I think at the end of the day, we would actually, we have an indirect way of actually increasing tariffs. You can continue to enjoy your tariffs, your low tariffs, but you only get 2-3 hours a day. However, if you want to get 20, 18, 22, 24 hours a day, then you know what to do.
All right, Mr. Afolabi Akinrogunde, thank you very much for your time and your thoughts.
Thank you.